Let's switch gears for a second now, because actually not for a second, for the rest of this hour. In studio, we have our guest, that is Dr. Magare Gikenyi. He's a human rights activist, and the conversation today is about the e-citizen puzzle. Daktari, a very good morning to you, and welcome to Radio Generation.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana.
Umetupata tukiongea mambo ya SHA. Na kuna mtu hapa anaumia sana, a retired doctor. He doesn't have enough money for his treatment. We honestly do hope all the best for him. But when we are talking about e-citizen, we have had a lot of stories, a lot of headlines in the last couple of days talking about monies that are getting lost in the e-citizen portal. Maybe you can help us shed some light on that. What do you know about the monies? Mara kuna 12 billion ya ile pesa inachukuliwa kama convenience fee. Mara kuna wakati Auditor General flagged about 44 billion. The other day I think we were told over 9 billion. Like, what's going on with the e-citizen portal?
Thanks a lot for calling me to this studio. I think it's a great day.
Yes.
And, this is our country. We have no other country to move to. If something bad happens, all of us will suffer. So it's a things good as a society to try as much as possible and protect our country.
Right.
So coming back to the issue of e-citizen, you remember this issue of e-citizen was brought up some couple of years ago.
Okay.
I think even during the Uhuru's regime.
Yes.
The challenge we have especially as the human rights activists, is that if you look very well, the idea is a good idea. And essentially says that we can have these services better on the tap of a button. It's not a bad idea. The idea itself is not a bad idea. But the challenge we have is the method. If you realize that they just, what I can call the treasury honks, just sat there in a treasury building, brought up an idea, then among themselves they just ensure the system essentially favors them.
Right.
That's what we are against them, against the idea. Because if you realize the system, in addition to the normal, like for example, you read the Constitution very well on the Finance Act. That's Article 209 the financial aspect. Article 209 to 10. You will come to realize that the government essentially allows, the Constitution allows the government to levy fee on its own citizens. It's a normal thing, so there's nothing wrong about it.
Okay.
But then it does it in two major ways, either through taxation or through what they call charges and levies, which is, there's no problem about it, because a government cannot run without money from its citizens. So generally there is nothing wrong about a government levying taxes and charges from its own citizens. So which is normal. The challenge we have is the manner in which this aspect was introduced. If you read very well Article 10 of the Constitution and Article 118, allows government, when it wants to produce what they call a policy decision, which affects the people, especially what they call liberties and the rights and the fundamental freedoms on Kenyans, then it is upon the government to involve its own people. You may have a good decision, but if you don't involve the people, then in a nutshell, whatever you are doing is not good. But they always say, an action, a service given the public, which is against the Constitution, in the eyes of the law, it is no service at all. It means for you to give a good service first you need to have something which is constitutional and legal. So what happened is that these guys just went there and sat down, they thought of an idea, then they introduced it without involving any stakeholders completely. They just introduced. So normally it was used to be few services, then they increased it. Then when this regime came, then it came up with an idea that it abolished. Normally it used to be baby 206. When the government came, he said, let all the services now come through what they call 222. Whereas that the idea still is a good idea of having one centralized money, but the process is the problem. And even to make matters worse, this e-citizen is not wholly owned by the government. If you realize if you read the other article, I'm thinking about the finances of the government. it comes that all monies which we as Kenyans either get charged to taxation or levies must go to what you call a one pot, which you call a consolidated fund. So once the money has become that's going to that one pot consolidated fund, then what it does, we have what you call representative of the people. Even if we may not like them, we chose them. That's parliament. The word parliament means the National Assembly and
the Senate.
They want to sit down and say this amount, if it's 100 bob, let us use 1 bob in education, 2 bob in this one. They do what to call appropriation. Then that is based on a budget. But then this money, the 50 bob, does not go directly to the consolidated fund. It goes to line somebody's pockets.
There's actually something that you said
yes.
a few sentences back.
Yes.
You said that it favors a few people in government.
Yes.
Maybe you can help us understand what you meant by that.
What I meant, if you realize, for example, that the so-called e-citizen platform, there's some organization called, like, there's a one called Webmaster. It's an organization involved in that. It's not a government entity. Normally, government entity are called state parastatals.
Okay.
For example, if we make a system and you are involved, then what happens is that, and our money goes to yourself, then that's a different. But if your money goes to the government, there's no problem. There's some organization called a Webmaster. There's also called Money Flow. In fact, if you go to pick e-citizen and then you just say, I want a certificate of good, what they call police clearance.
Yes.
Once you pay, you will get this normally 1,000.
Okay.
There's 1,000, which is the charge, the charge. Then there's 50 bob, which you call convenience or access fee. So that 50 bob goes to these guys, the Pesa Flow guys, the webmasters. Then because we have litigated this case many times, there are other what I can call a web of people, either directly or indirectly. So then what I did, I said this, what they are doing is not a good idea. Then I'm a common citizen just trying to make a better society than we found it. So we moved to court. We said this 50 bob, the constitution does not allow to have a charge on a charge. I told you
sorry,
yes.
Because I still want to understand.
Yes, this
because
people.
Now on the basis of why you went to court.
Yes.
And you said we shouldn't have a charge on top of a charge.
Yes.
In your opinion,
yes.
Because sini Pesa Flow na kina Webmaster wanachukua 50 bob.
Yes, and others.
And others.
We call it a tal.
Yes. So they should have actually gotten their money from the 1,000 that we have paid, not
yes.
from the 50 bob.
Exactly. For example, if you build for us a road, assuming you want this road, this one. Normally what happens, the government says it wants to build a road from this 50 kilometers or another that's called even 100. Then it floats a tender, both national and international. Then you quote 10 bob, another quote 30 bob. Then what goes called a tender committee. That tender committee decides this service is going to be given by person X. So that person who wants to build a road. Once you build a road on agreed what I call the procured amount, you get paid after you finish the road. Then you go home. Then you move the next. If you have another contract somewhere, even with regeneration, they come also here. Then they do what? If they want to build a studio, then you negotiate. If you agree, you pay him, then he goes. But the challenge we have is that they have made this system in a way, every second, anything you pay, continuously until Jesus comes again. You see, everything you pay, even for school fees, you pay them directly and indirectly. You pay these guys.
Daktari, let me understand this.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
You pay the fee for certificate of good conduct,
yes,
or whatever it is.
Driver's license.
Yes. Oh, okay.
School fees and then.
And after paying this,
yes,
the system then demands you pay another 50 bob.
Yes, you can never be able to pay 1,000 alone.
So you'll pay 1050.
1050.
So if I want to renew my driving license,
yes,
I will pay whatever they've asked.
650.
And then for that's for how many years?
Yes.
So 1 year.
Okay.
1 year. So it's 600 for the 1 year. Yes. Then the convenience fee for that transaction is 50 bob. So you are paying 650 shillings.
I paid at once.
Yes, you're paying it there. And don't forget.
No.
Yeah.
My question is, do I pay the 50 separate or is it
No.
part?
No.
Oh, so it's
You're-
1,050.
So you're paying
It is
10.50.
650.
Yes.
Anything is under 50, but the system is made in a manner. The 100 bob goes to the consolidated, 1,000 goes to the consolidated fund. The 50 bob goes to those
Etal.
what I call the
Companies.
those what I call unknown figures.
Let me ask the question: how do we know that 1,000 shillings goes to the consolidated fund?
Because it's written there. It is the charge. It's either the charge for this amount,
So essentially,
and this one is specifically written. It is a convenience fee or a transaction fee. It's written there.
so you know there's a transaction fee.
Yes,
And how do you know that isn't going to the consolidated fund?
because I've litigated this case.
The 50 bob.
Yes. I've litigated this case. Unajua when you litigate a case,
Unadhani 50 bob inafaa kwenda kwa consolidated fund?
No.
and it says, how do I know?
You see, the
that
reason
it's
why I'm
not
asking
God?
this question,
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
when this discussion began that you pay 1,000, then you pay 50, but you pay it at once.
Yes.
That's true.
It is a single transaction.
Yes. Now that single transaction, then the money has a destination.
Yes.
The destination ought to be the consolidated fund.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
But we're saying that 1,000 goes to the consolidated fund and the 50 goes elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, how do we know that happens? That's what I'm asking.
The reason is why I know I have litigated this case. For example, when I sue you, I would put some court papers. The court will direct me, I serve you. Once served, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to reply. But you also have a right to defend yourself. And they say this amount of money goes this one. That's what they're saying. In a nutshell, they are agreeing that this amount of money, 50 bob, it's giving even to those people who manage the system. They're saying themselves.
Or the government have said that the
Yes.
50 bob is given.
To those who manage the system.
This is now their response to the petition that you put to court.
Yes.
I see.
Because, for example, it's assumed people know themselves. For example, if I ask your name and they tell you are called X, I will not doubt you. Are you seeing what I'm saying?
Me, I will doubt, but all the same.
All the same, what are they saying?
Yes.
I don't have another answer apart from what they answer.
No, but your response is adequate.
Yes.
If the government themselves tell you,
Yes.
I do not
Give
need
you.
any other evidence, that is adequate
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
I just want that clarity.
Yes.
And they also said when they were responding, they explained where it is that the money goes to.
Yes, they say
They said this money.
goes to the people who manage the systems.
All right. Now,
So the 50 bob.
you understand. So
Yes.
shida iko wapi? Where's the problem?
The shida is the government and the constitution allows government under Article 209
Yes.
to collect money from its own citizen in two major ways.
Yes.
Through taxation
Yes.
and the charges and the levies.
Yes.
So there is no provision under the constitution, even a statute, an act of parliament, which allows government to collect charge on a charge. For example, you have your income, for example, then the KRA wants the money. You go to the iTax system, you enter. If you are supposed to pay 1,000, that 1,000 you either pay through M-Pesa or through whatever. You go direct to the bank and pay 1,000. There is no cost for using iTax. No cost completely. If you want, for example, to either water VAT, income tax, you can just go to iTax, then enter details, put those. At the end of the day, it produces like a receipt, what I call a payment slip. So that payment slip, the amendment they have given you, like M-Pesa, there is banks, there are 1,000 of banks. So that if you go to DTB, for example, you just put, if it's 1,000, you give 1,000 to DTB.
Na ni hivyo.
That marks the end. But this one now, if you really look, is that what's called double taxation? Double taxation is when you are taxed and taxed again. For example, they tax you 1,000. They levy you or they charge you 1,000. Then currently there is no other option. First, they forced us to use the system. That's the first thing. You can say, I don't want to pay the 1,000.
Yeah.
But there's no. If you want a police clearance certificate, You cannot walk up to any kiosk or any government office, even a government office,
and get the clearance.
Even police. I'm sure you live in Kenya. Initially, we used to go to the police station.
Yes.
We fill some handwritten papers. Then we put our fingerprints. Then they go to Kiambu Road. They decide reporters. They do. Then they bring back the certificate. We used to wait, like when we used to take our photos. When I was young, we used to have, you are taking a photo, then you wait for a whole month before the film yangaliwe, then you come back. So they used to happen like that. But then now, what happens? There's no another. Even if you go to the police station, I'll say fine, thanks for coming, but enda hapo kwa Huduma Center, ama enda kwa cyber ujaza hapo, then you use your phone number, yani your ID unaingia, then like that. That's why I started by saying the idea itself is fair, a good, a noble idea, because even when you are sitting here, even before the next bulletin, you can go in to the system, apply, get hold of that aspect. When you move, you go to any areas where you put your fingers, you go. It's a good idea. But if you realize, for example, there is no the constitution is the supreme law of the land, does not allow government or any other person to charge its own citizen on a charge, on even a tax on a tax, or a charge on a tax. Yes.
For someone who's probably listening and wondering, see, unalipa to 650, see ni 50 bob to kwani shida iko wapi?
Yes.
This 600, let's even take the driver's license for example. So this 600 I'm paying for my DL,
yes,
has got everything from the tax,
yes,
to anything else that I need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the government deciding that I need to pay an extra 50 bob.
Yes.
So that means I'm actually paying for this service twice.
Yes. In any case, for example, the process leading to a decision that a driving license should cost 600 or 1,000 should also should have undergone a public participation.
Okay.
Yani, you know that you wake up one today is a sad day. Let people pay 10,000. No, the government does not like that. The constitution allows when you want to bring a charge, you will gazette it. Invite public to give its opinion. Of course, we have had some issues why they just put for the sake, but still a fair, even if it's cosmetic, iko fair kidogo. But then they decide. So that's why we're saying, if you look at that aspect, the 600 you are saying, or the 1,000, ideally, there was a public participation. The Kenyans agreed, let us pay 600. So that was gazetted after the public participation. Then later now, when you went on the system, you find it 650 or 1050. But the make matters worse, we have been forced to use the system. Number two, we have been forced to pay the 50. You can never say, let me pay 1,000.
Kitambo tulikuwa tunaenda kwa post office kuchukua DL, driving license.
Yes.
Actually, up until like 2-3 years ago,
yes,
I used to go to the before now the e-citizen situation. Nilikuwa naenda kwa post office.
Yes.
Pay money for my driver's license and I walk out.
Yes.
No stress, no drama.
Yes.
And I don't remember paying any convenience fee.
Yes.
Actually, even before the post office,
yes,
you used to go to the DC's office.
Yes.
There was a specific booth and window which dealt with driving licenses. Okay? And in those days you paid cash.
Yes.
And then there was a yellowish receipt that was written and was attached to your driving license, which was also physical.
Yes.
There's something you said, Dr. regarding what was gazetted.
Yes.
I'm beginning to understand this argument of yours. After the public participation, whatever form it took,
yes,
what was gazetted, for instance, was 1,000 shillings.
Yes.
That is adequate. I see. I now understand the problem.
Yes.
Because you gazette 1,000 and then you're charging 1,050.
Yes.
You have already gone against the very thing that was understood to be what was gazetted as the public. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. And even make matters worse, the Auditor General under Article 229.
Yes.
We can call it the custodian of our funds.
Yes.
He comes and audits what we pay, how it has been used. There have been many public audit reports. These audit reports are not confidential. and not just audits which you do, then you put it under your bed, alone. It is in the public. You can even go to the office of the auditor general, you get a report on this year, last year. It has shown that, among other things, number one, the government does not control fully the system.
Sorry, what do you mean?
For example, in the system, it does not have control. For example, if it is your radio or your what, theoretically, if it's yours, you should control everything. You should know who enters, how goes outside, like that. The government, we don't pay, people of Kenya don't pay public money to individuals. It goes to public entities and parastatals. Through the auditor's report, even they have said, even the court record, I said I have litigated this case, even through the early prior, they have agreed that the government does not fully control the system.
Okay.
Yes.
So if the government doesn't fully control, then what does the government control? What portion of the system does the government control, and which portion don't they control?
But no, his question is very valid.
Yes.
Because if we're being honest,
Yes.
the moment we have been giving money for the last God knows how many years
Yes.
to e-citizen,
Yes.
then now government comes out and says that they do not have full control.
Yes.
And we've even had incidences where they say they do not know who's controlling it.
Yes.
Then we have a problem. So again, now that for our listener to fully understand,
Yes.
also the where you're coming from, because you just didn't wake up in the morning and sued the government.
Yes.
There is actually a reason why you did it.
Yes.
And this is part of the reason.
Yes.
So when they say they are controlling or they don't have control,
Yes.
to echo what he's asking,
Yes.
what do they actually control?
For example, from what they answered, they said that this system is being run. They said directly, the whole system is being run. So it means essentially credentials, how they move money after money has been received. Once you have there is no physical money.
Yes.
Just the system. So once you get that online money, it's them to direct, go to this one, go to this one, go to that one. Are you seeing?
Yes.
Whatever they want to take it. 50 operators go this one, 100 goes this one. Even this, because they have whatever credentials, they are the one who control the system. Even these 1,000 shillings, the Auditor General said through his own report. You can read even the latest report. You talk about 11 billion. 11 billion, Sitter, my friend, is not a small amount. Not million.
I get confused with 100 million.
Yes.
So now if you say a billion, now I'm completely and totally confused.
Just those are 9 zeros.
Yes.
Imagine 9 zeros.
That's a lot.
And then there's an 11.
Even if you were to think about a billion, physical, ikuje weko hapa, just hiyo ni moja. So multiply that one times 11. The worst part of it, they have said the money is just enriching people day in, day out. Day in, day out.
Doc.
Every second, for example, they used to say that it used to have around 150,000 people. I don't know, per day, something like that.
Accessing e-citizen.
Access is 150,000. You may see 50 is a small amount. Just raise 150,000 people times 50 bob.
Yeah.
That's in a day. Sometimes they used to say sometimes you used to go up to 5. When it's busy, for example, you used to go up to 500
Per day, if it's 150 people per day, that's about 7.5 million
in a day.
in a day.
Just think about then. So you multiply this one, the whole day. A day has 365 days.
Yes.
To make matters worse, these guys are earning even when they are asleep. Because not all people apply use online. Even when you want a passport,
Yeah.
you want to somewhere, you go even at 3 a.m. You just go to e-system, you apply through.
Does e-citizen work 24 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, it's online.
Well, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yes.
IFMIS is online, but it works when somebody decides it's working.
Yeah.
So
No, it is working 24 hours. So, but I think the challenge I have with this government, specifically this Ruto government, is that if you look at this, it's like you can comfortably see there is a scheme to steal money from the people's pocket.
Okay.
I just want to say red and white to steal, not even to that thing, because
No, it's okay. You have freedom of speech.
Yes.
Yes.
when Kenyan citizens are forced to pay, even maybe were forced even to remove all those. We used to have many bill numbers, and they even remember there was an order even
Yes.
for fees to be paid through e-citizen.
Daktari, niko na swali before tusahau hiyo swali.
Yes.
Before nisahau hiyo swali.
Yes.
Nikilipa
Yes.
my driving license
Yes.
fee kwa e-citizen the 650.
Yes.
NTSA wanapatanga hiyo 600 yangu?
That's what we are saying. Theoretically, yes. What I'm saying, theoretically, I told you, this system is being run by these other guys.
So they decided
theoretically, the 600 is supposed to go to NTSA, and the 50 is supposed to go to them.
Okay.
You know,
But from before we finish, before the auditor general said, even this 1,000, this 50 bob is being misappropriated.
So their chances are that I've been paying my DL for the last couple of years,
Yes.
and NTSA don't even have my money.
Yes, even if it has some bit of it. From the auditor, it's not my opinion, from the auditor's report.
Now,
Yes.
recently I paid for a research license at the National Commission for Science and Technology.
Yes.
And I received my license.
Yes.
I think I paid like 1,000 bob or something.
Or thereabout.
And then I paid the 50 shillings. That one I remember very well.
Yes.
And I received my license. So there are chances na cost ya kupata my 1,000.
Yes, there's chances. Using the official auditor's report. Yes, it.
you see the question that I'm asking.
Yes.
You said the government has some control.
Yes.
I don't see where the control is.
There's absolutely no control.
Because if you say webmasters
Yes.
are running it, and they're running it with somebody called Pesaflow.
Pesaflow.
Okay? So where does the government running it come in? The portion, it doesn't exist, does it?
Exactly. That's why we're worried. Not to make matters worse, we went to court now to try and stop. Because, like, for example, you can decide to be what I call a keyboard warrior. A keyboard warrior is a person who just sits in the computer, makes noise for mornings. I call it necessary noise. It's important because even that noise can change something. In addition to that, we, apart from us having got to make necessary noise, we also make some noise also through going to court. We went to court, we sued the government and 4 ministers, plus Attorney General, and even the KRA, I also sued them.
Do you mind telling us the ministers?
Yes, I mean, I sued John Badi.
All right, CS for Treasury.
CS for Treasury. Kabogo, CS for ICT. Migosi, CS Education.
All right.
And what else? ICT Interior, Murkomen.
All right.
Then in addition, AG Sodor and KRA, Naito Wamatanga Mulongo, it's a Commissioner General.
Okay.
So I sued them and said this thing, whatever I've told you, is illegal in the Constitution and ABCD. They were given time to reply. So on the 1st of April 2025, the High Court sitting in Nairobi, Justice Chacha Mwita, made a judgment which essentially declared the fifth of convenience fee is unconstitutional and should be stopped immediately without even a second. So then, but out of there, I told you it's an arrogant regime, very arrogant. They just continued doing the same.
So currently we are still paying the 50 bob.
They just said this is just go to hell. This is just a piece of paper.
We unaweza achilia 7.5 million daily.
Yes, the law, nearly, for example,
the law has said what the law has said.
Yes.
But now I'm asking you, wewe unadhani watu wataachilia?
A law abiding citizen utaachilia because they always say if we don't follow the rule of law, the other option is anarchy. And I started by saying this country is ours. There is no another country we can go and say, let us now borrow another country. So we do that.
How long ago? Sorry, I'm so sorry. How long ago did when was this ruling made?
1st April 2025.
1st April 2025.
Yes.
So it's been about how many? So 1st April, eh?
And we're August now.
So April yote, that's a whole month.
Yes.
April, May, June, July.
At least 4 good months.
So 4 months.
And some couple of days.
That is 100, let's even say 120 days.
Yes.
Hizo zingine tutaongeza baadaye.
Yes.
O tunaweza ongeza, si leo ni tarehe 12.
Yes.
So 120 plus 12, that's about 132 days.
Tuseme 130 for
mathematics.
For maths.
Sasa nataka Wakenya wajue hiyo pesa imetumika hiyo wakati ni.
Yes.
132 times 7.5 million.
Yes.
That is 990 million.
Close to a billion.
since
the court,
Justice Chacha Mwita, you said?
Chacha Mwita, yes.
Since Justice Mwita said stop that payment,
Yes.
Kenyans, if what we said is true about 150,000
Yes.
transactions are done
Yes.
on eCitizen,
Yes.
Kenyans have lost illegally at the very least,
Yes.
990
Million.
million.
You can put even a billion, because even 150 is an approximation.
Yes.
So around a 1 billion has been lost. So what I did, like me, I'm a common citizen, I cannot go and arrest Mbadi and a group. So I went back to court, and I made an application called a contempt application. A contempt application is an application which goes to court and says, despite what you said, person X has disobeyed the court order. So I've already made an application, and I want these involved guys to be cited for contempt, and then taken to jail.
Right.
Because the constitution says, Article 10, rule of law and constitutionalism. So I've told the court, because when you go to the contempt, you are not arguing the merits or the demerits of a case. That's in a petition level. At the contempt case, you just answer simple, straightforward question. Did you adhere to what the court said or not? Just
simple.
Too simple. Because, like me, for example, when you have to show in the court, for example, you have to show that what you are saying is true. So what I did, I just the day I filed in court, I applied for certificate of good conduct, and I was charged 50 bob, and I attached it. I said, to be sure, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening.
Daktari, imagine we've come to the end of the show. I am so sorry that we have to end on that particular note. Please keep us updated.
Maybe I can give the final.
Yes,
you can.
Yes. Okay. Fine. It's okay. What I can say, like, thanks first for having this show. But what we need to know as a society, let us be vigilant, so that if we don't become vigilant, then we will lose a lot. So let us become vigilant, so that we will ensure there's always a rule of law,
yes,
and the constitutionalism. In addition, let us try as much as possible. We make this society of ours a better society than we found it. Sometimes if we keep quiet, the society get rotten. They always say, even in elections, when good people keep quiet, bad people rule. So that's why we're saying, let us improve every aspect of society, including what we are doing through activism. Let us also elect good leaders. And at the end of the day, let us be vigilant. And at the end of the day, we always say, you may not change the world, but you can do, in a small way, make a society a better society than we found it.
Thank you so much.
Finally, because of that, I always say that I try as much as possible. As I've told you, I'm a surgeon by profession. I work for the betterment of patients. I work in Nakuru. In addition, I also work for the betterment of this country of ours. So in short, let us make this country a better place than we found it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That is Dr. Magare Gikenyi. He's a human rights activist, and of course now we know he's a surgeon as well.
Yes.
That has been the conversation around the e-citizen puzzle.